Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Charles. Today is the 20th of June 2018. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday session. So hope you're having a very good morning right now. So we're gonna have a look at the markets, what's happening with them right now, what levels to watch out for. Oh yeah, and of course what happened with them yesterday. So excuse me. Yep, but before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, a very quick reminder for our JFD Brokers research page here, where you can go in and have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis. We throw out different trading shoutouts, and of course our daily analysis that we throw out every morning. So at the moment it's getting prepared. So yep, you can definitely check us out here, and I think you can find something useful for yourself. But for now, let's quickly have a look at the markets. So the first one I want to touch on is the S&P 500. So yesterday we had a bit of a down day initially, but then we can see that the indices managed to recover. Looking at the S&P here, certainly we are seeing this slide here to the downside, and we've managed to touch this area that I was talking about, the 2742, approximately there. Acted as a very good support now. In the past, you can see that it acted as a resistance. So of course now we can see that we are now stuck here in this little range here between this area right here that I've just mentioned and the 2790. Certainly, if you just look at this bigger picture, you can see that we are trading outside of this triangle formation. So kind of it is looking quite bullish, let's say like that. Certainly we do have another shorter term upwards moving trend line here that's running from these lows here that we had in May. And of course now we're testing the zone, so this is quite a key important area. Let's say if we get a break here below the 2742, now if we get a break below and a close below this, I mean you probably understand that we could end up moving lower here. The next good area to watch here is the round number of 2700. Certainly if this bounces and we are seeing some positive signs here that the yesterday's close happened above the 21 EMA here, so there is some good potential for this one to reverse back and move higher, maybe even test the 2790 level again. So just to kind of point out, this has been a very good important area to watch, the very important area of resistance, the 2790 and the 2800. So you can see that it's marked here by these highs that we had here in February and March this year. So for now, certainly keep a close eye on this line, and especially on this 2742. Hopefully it holds and we make another push here towards these levels right here that I've just mentioned. Looking at Nasdaq, now Nasdaq is very I will repeat my favorite word, probably say very interesting, to be honest. At the moment we can see that we've managed to close yesterday's day above these highs that we had here in March, and certainly we're now still stuck in this little range here between the 72.95 and 71.05 areas. So very good important areas to watch, because if we get a nice break here above the 72.95, because that was approximately the all-time highs that we had here, and that we've managed to accomplish here last week. So if we get a nice break here above, this could mean that this index is ready to aim for new highs and set new all-time highs. So for now, keep a close eye on this one. If suddenly this reverses back down, so keep a close eye on, well, this is an important area, of course, the 71.85 area, because that was marked by the highs that we had here in March. But nevertheless, I believe that the 71.05 mark could be a more important one, which could determine the further trend. So if we do get a nice break here below the 71.05, I mean, this would place the index not only below this level but also below this 21 EMA, and we could end up moving lower here. And on the downside, the next potential area to watch is the area probably between the 7010 and the 6990, so basically around the 7000, the psychological 7000. So very good area to watch here, and very strong area of support could be if we get a break here below the 7105. Let's look at gold, and gold is of course still on a downslide, and yesterday we managed to close below this upwards moving trend line, this slightly shorter term upwards moving trend line that's running here since July last year, and now it seems that it wants to continue moving lower. Certainly we are seeing that it's finding its good area of support here at around 1274 mark, and if this continues to move lower, then, well, keep a close eye on yesterday's lows at around 1270. Now a break below that could send this index towards a test of the 1264 mark, so approximately there. So very good level to watch, guys, but only, like I said, if we get a continuation here to the downside, if we start moving away from this 1274, and especially if we get a break below the yesterday's lows at around 1270. On the upside, for us to become more bullish on this one, well, we need to see a nice close here above the 1282.5 in order to kind of consider this precious metal moving back towards this 1290 area. Certainly, for us to really become bullish on this one on the longer term, we need to see a move back above this long-term upwards moving trend line that has been running since December 2016. So very good line. We can see that it acted as a very strong support line, but then eventually got broken here on the 15th, and now, like I said, we are trading well below it. So for us, like I said, to become really bullish on the very long term, we would need to see this commodity moving back up here. Looking at the US oil quickly, and the US oil kind of mixed trading here we're seeing. Certainly, probably you're all aware, waiting for the big OPEC meeting in well, tomorrow on Friday. So probably this is going to continue trading here today, and in anticipation of tomorrow's and Friday's meetings. So for now, keep a close eye on these levels, keeping a close eye on this area right here. Actually, let me just slightly adjust this this level right now. Probably is going to become irrelevant now, so let's quickly put the mark here at around 67.15 mark, so approximately there. Keep a close eye on this level, guys. If we get a nice pop here through this, well, this could also mean, well, not only a break of these highs that we had here last week, but also it would place the commodity back above this upwards moving trend line that has been running here since August last year. So this is what in terms of the upside. On the downside, we do have this key area of support here at around the 64.10, so a break below that could potentially open the doors towards this 61.90 mark, so approximately there. So keep a close eye on this one. This could end up being a very interesting trade, especially going into Thursday and Friday. Looking at the DXY now quickly, so DXY continues to push. Probably not much to talk about here, but nevertheless, it's interesting to keep an eye on this one, because certainly we are trading here in this little range here, in this little area between the 95 and the 95.15 mark, so 95.15. Certainly, if this continues to push higher, well, I mean, this could open the path towards this key area of resistance at around 95.50. If it gets to that point, we'll just have to reevaluate it there and see what it wants to do in terms of going higher, or does it actually gonna just rebound here and move lower. So for now, keep a close eye on this one. Certainly also for us to become, let's say, more bearish on this one. We would need to see a move lower here towards this 94.55 mark, and eventually a break of that in order to kind of move lower and maybe test this shorter term, this upwards moving support line. So yep, very good, interesting line to test certainly, but for now, of course, this index continues to look more bullish than bearish. Looking at the euro dollar, if probably judging from the DXY, you probably understand that there is a chance for this one to kind of actually move lower here. Just to quickly remind you guys, we are trading this slightly above this upwards moving trend line, this long-term upwards moving trend line that has been running since January 2017, continues to act as a very strong support line. And well, if we get a break here eventually, and if we get a break below this upwards moving trend line, and then a break below this 115.450, or even actually a better break, it would probably a better confirmation could be of the potential downside, could be a break of this 115.100, and especially if we're going to get a close below that level, then well, I mean, this is going to be turning to be ugly for the euro dollar, and we could end up moving maybe even towards this 114.500, the next potential area of support here. Certainly keep a close eye on this one. Let's not let's not speculate on it too much. Let's see a break, let's see if a break happens or not first. So on the upside, of course, we would need to see a nice move here above the 116.500 in order to kind of consider higher levels. So for now, just keeping a close eye on these two areas. It's going to be interesting to see if these breaks are going to happen today, or is this something for more for the end of the week. Let's quickly have a look at GBPUSD. GBPUSD breaking its support line, this key level of support that I was talking about, the 132.05. Certainly we can see that the close happened below this, and now, of course, judging from this picture, I mean, it's not looking good for the GBPUSD, and we could end up moving lower here. Now, slightly longer term target here is the 130.45 mark, approximately there. Very good area to watch. Probably let's round it up to 130.40, approximately there. So very good area to watch, guys. Keep a close eye on it, and we could end up moving towards that area. Let's quickly touch on a few other ones, and the USD/JPY. I hope you guys are kind of having good quality here, because I can see that the quality has reduced of my videos, but okay, never mind. Oh, there we go. It's much better now. So USD/JPY yesterday broke out of rising channel here, the short-term rising channel, but now we're seeing this reversal back up here. Certainly we can see that the close happened still within the rising channel because it retraced back to the upside, but now we're seeing that the 200 EMA and this level of 110.250 is kind of is holding this this pair now, and of course all eyes are on this, and let's see if it's going to break it to the upside or not, because to be honest, it's a tricky one right now. It seems that this is a very strong area of resistance right now, the 110.250, not only because of this level, but also because of the 200 EMA here. And of course, let's for now just see what it wants to do with it, to be honest, because so we're still trading below it. We could actually end up retracing back down. It's still an early European morning, and we could maybe move a little bit lower here again. And on the downside, of course, keep a close eye on this 109.850 mark, approximately there. Now a break below that could send this to test this short-term upwards moving trend line, and we could end up testing it from above here, and well, of course, we'll have to judge it from there, because we might get a bounce here with this. If this trend line continues to hold, well, yep, then we could see maybe a bounce here back to the upside. But for now, probably the most key important areas to watch is this 110.250. A break above that could open the path towards these higher levels again. So So guys, for now, like I said, be very careful with this one. I mean, at the moment, even though we had this nice move lower here yesterday, still the pair closed within the rising channel. So I mean, at the moment it's very difficult, but at the same time, very interesting pair to trade. So okay, I'll have to wrap it up here. I hope you found this useful. I don't know if you want to join me later on at my Traders Tea Time at 13:15 GMT time, 14:15 British Summer Time. But for now, guys, I hope you have a good European session, and thank you very much for watching and listening. Bye-bye.